We're back.
Hi. Yes, we're back with our drinks too.
Yes.
So we've been sipping on these Thanksgiving margaritas. They're delish.
They're so yummy. Really yummy.
So we wanted to talk about the holidays and the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving. We were just sitting here,
Reminiscing.
yes, comparing notes. The last video we talked about, we said that, we need to take time for ourselves because, and we found this out, which was kind of cool. And it made me feel good because I thought I was the only one that I feel pulled in all different directions during Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then I was in a bad mood because I was doing a lot of stuff. And then my kids were walking on eggshells because I was in a bad mood.
Because there are so many expectations. And we were just talking about how we as women have so many expectations put on us for the perfect decorations, the perfect house, the perfect meal, the perfect gifts, perfectly wrapped under the perfect Christmas tree, and your kids look perfect in the photographs for Christmas.
Yeah, we touched upon that. It's so much pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. It's probably why the margaritas are good.
It's going down really well.
But, and in our last video, we talked about how to lower the expectations.
Yes.
Mostly by drinking in the laundry room, but anyway.
Which is my favorite place. Make sure you stock your laundry room if it's near your kitchen.
That's
little tip for today.
But we were talking more about what are the expectations put on us as we become like the sandwich generation we were talking about.
Yeah.
So sandwich generation means that you're that generation in between aging parents and children that may even be adult children. And you're still having the dinners, you're still doing all of the celebrations.
You're taking it from your parents because they're aging, which you should be doing.
And you're grateful for all the times they did it.
Absolutely.
And man, are you grateful after you have to do it a few years?
So, I think, and we talked about this too with our husbands. They're like, well, it's easy. I'll do the dishes. And so, okay, great. And everybody's going to bring everything. Okay. But what they don't see is you setting your table that you never use, maybe your dining room table.
And setting up more tables.
And setting up more tables. And then taking those tables down. And I use plastic plates.
So do we.
Yeah. And I'm totally fine with that because then, we can just throw it away. But you're cleaning your house. And yes, but your husband and all the kids are going to do the dishes. Okay, great. And everybody else is going to bring something, but you're cleaning the house. You're doing the turkey, probably the stuffing, and probably the mashed potatoes, right? The main things. And everyone else is bringing
mac and cheese,
a vegetable,
green bean casserole, rolls,
an appetizer.
We mixed the rolls this year.
We never. I was like, well, I'm not making rolls.
I know that I will have one very disappointed child. But we're like, we don't need rolls. Nobody eats them. Last year, the person that brought our rolls brought them back home, 30 of them.
Yeah, see? Nobody eats them. And you know what? Quite frankly, I forget to put them in because my oven is so packed with stuff. I forget to put it in to heat them up.
Yeah, and when I do heat them up, sometimes I burn them because I forget about them.
Yeah, me too. So, yes, they're going to help. Everyone's helping. But we're the ones cleaning, setting the tables. And then after, we're the ones taking the tables down, putting all the good silverware away. Putting all the good...
throwing away the plastic.
Or throwing away the plastic.
Or like dragging bags upon bags out to the garbage.
Right?
Maybe.
Or the drinks. If you're having drinks at your house, you're putting all the dishes away, all the glasses away. You're doing all of that kind of stuff.
Well, that's another thing. Supplying the drinks is expensive.
It is expensive. I tell people to bring wine. I'm like, just bring some wine. And then you're setting up a bar if your family drinks, which, big surprise, ours do. But we're usually setting up a bar. And so it is a lot on us. And I liked what we were talking about where I think it's now, so we had our parents, went to our parents, and that was great. But then we got married and had kids. So then our parents came to us, which was great. Because, that's the way it is. And now our kids are married and have kids. So now we're going to go to them.
Right.
God willing, if your parents are still alive, they could either come with you or you could do something another time. Right?
Right. So I always do believe in, especially at Christmas time, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I mean, Hanukkah's lucky. They got 7 days to get
or unlucky.
Or unlucky. That too. But anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a season. Everything doesn't have to be done on December 25th. I know with our family, we celebrate with Bobby and I and the children, we celebrate our Christmas the Sunday before Christmas. And my husband said, why did you pick the Sunday before Christmas? And I said, well, because the gifts I buy aren't the ones that are going to go back.
There you go. Because they're perfect.
Oh, because if anybody gets another, the
I
same.
know, I know. Yeah, they're gonna send the rest.
Oh, my
I
last.
said, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like that.
Always thinking,
Yeah, always thinking, not just another pretty face.
That's right.
Not just another pretty face.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I think that with the holiday, we have to give ourselves, we talked about this a lot, give ourselves grace. And then you feel guilty, right? How many times do you feel guilty?
You do.
Yeah,
I mean, I even got to say, I feel guilty a little bit if it sounds like we're complaining about this because it's a blessing and we're grateful in Thanksgiving that we get to do this.
Yes.
We're just trying to help you understand that you're not alone.
You're not, number one, you're not the only one that's feeling this.
And how can we kind of set expectations so we're not let down or exhausted by the end of the holiday season?
Right.
And I think, one of my things that I love to do is just go share a glass of wine with my husband. Usually it's a bottle.
Yeah, I know.
But, just get that away time, even if it's just a few hours, just to sit, relax, watch a football game.
And let's talk about traditions too. That's the other thing. Our tradition when I was younger was everybody came to my mom's house, aunts, uncles, cousins. Okay. And there wasn't a lot. There was, maybe 3 uncles, there's, whatever. And then my husband's tradition was going to his grandmother's house with 17,000 people, right? Mm-hmm. And so I wasn't used to that. So when we started having it, everybody was coming to our house, and this was like way overwhelming for me. Yeah.
For me as well.
Yeah.
So I grew up, my parents are divorced. So I grew up in Colorado with my mother and 3 other siblings. So, and we had no family in Colorado. So our holiday dinners were always very, very small and very intimate. It was just 6 of us, always. And so then when I moved here to be with my dad and the entire family was there, it was overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, because you don't know how to interact. And plus, it's not what you're used to.
Right.
I think that's one of the hardest things about marriage is taking a family that was different from yours and putting yours together and trying to come up with your own little spin. I think I heard recently, too, that there was someone on Instagram or somewhere that I saw, and he said, as a parent, you have to be willing to let your children go when they get married to create their own traditions. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I'm cool with that. I think I like that.
You are cool with it until it happens the first time. I told you that my son, who has a house and a girlfriend, said, "Oh, Mom, we're not going to be there for Thanksgiving. We're hosting her family at our house."
Right.
She's lovely, and I love her to pieces. Right. Her family's fabulous.
Yes.
But it does.
You feel left out.
Yeah, or a little bit like the traditions that we did that we're now talking about are changing.
It's changing. It's hard. It is hard.
It's changing.
It is hard. But
in a good way.
I would love to be able to just sit here with my husband and have I know. But what's that saying about, I gain a son when my daughter marries her husband. Mm-hmm. But when your son marries a daughter, you lose that son because he goes with the daughter's family, with his wife's family.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense because I see that happening with me.
I do too.
My husband's family over.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So, just different things and things, we wanted to let you know that you're not alone. This does happen. And it is fretful. And we don't want to make those expectations as high. And then you don't want to feel guilty because you're not hitting those expectations and you're not making it perfect for everyone. There is no such thing as perfect.
Well, and here's the other thing is that those people are coming to your home to be together and celebrate the wonderful holidays that we are so lucky to celebrate.
Yeah.
And so we need to maybe, I tell myself this all the time, you need to just put the perfection aside and enjoy the time with family because they might not be there.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really
They might not be there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. I don't have my parents, and every day you miss them, but it's hard. It's hard not to. I don't know why we think this way. Why do we think this way?
I think because I think that all the social media and TV and everybody has set it up that everything has to be perfect. Expect that there's going to be some stress because we still put the pressure on ourselves to make everything wonderful for everybody.
Yeah.
But then you know what? Why don't you plan a reward for when it's over?
Hey, good idea.
Like when Thanksgiving goes really well and it's going to go amazing, even if you burn the turkey, even if you don't have any rolls, it's going to be an amazing day. And afterwards, you can say to your husband, you know what? I just had your whole family over. So you can either buy me a giant diamond or take me for a nice dinner.
Yeah.
But reward yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And take it easy on yourself. Mm-hmm. Take it easy on yourself and enjoy it. That's one thing I look back on and I'm thinking, gosh, why I was so mean. I was just so mean. And the kids knew it, and it's just so much stress. And I should have just been like, you know what? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
We're trying to put on
we were just telling stories in our family with my mother-in-law about one time my sister came to my house and on her way down the steps of her house, she tripped and spilled mashed potatoes everywhere. And another time, my sister-in-law was coming to my house. Sister-in-law, not sister, and she dropped the mashed potatoes. And then my mother-in-law was like, "Do you remember that Thanksgiving I had?" And I went to get the potatoes and I dropped them. I think the mashed potato, I don't know, there's a sign there. What is that?
That's everything happens in threes.
Yeah.
Three
So
times
we're done
mashed
with
potatoes.
mashed potatoes.
So we're not having mashed potatoes this year. Yeah. I don't have any stories like that. I just have,
We were just like putting it together the other night when we were talking.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, we just had an Irish Catholic family and everybody was drinking and yelling at each other.
There you go.
Yeah,
But the funny thing is now is we kind of look back and laugh at this.
and that's the thing.
Nobody was laughing at the time. Though.
Yeah, no. So, oh my God, because if you drop mashed potatoes at our house, man, that's like heresy.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves
like you can drop the green bean casserole.
Yeah, we don't even.
The corn.
Yeah. And the rolls. Don't worry about those.
Rolls. Well, those you can just pick up and put back in the basket, put them on the table.
Actually done that. So, well, we hope that you have a great Thanksgiving, because by the time you see this, you're going to be a week away. And we hope that you take what we said to heart. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Honestly, we've been there. You've done that. Take deep breaths. Like we said before, take some time for yourself. Find that room, that laundry room, that closet, the bathroom. With the flask where you have something stashed so you can just kind of like breathe and take a sip of something. So, right? That's right. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming. We see you next week. Don't forget to follow us. And don't forget, a little sass keeps us sane. Thank you.